All right, y'all, it is March 29th. Ted and I are way down in deep South Texas at the moment, and we're about 4 miles away from our destination. We're about to meet up with Chuck and the Turkeys for Tomorrow raffle giveaway hunt winner, Spencer. I believe Spencer's from Missouri. That's right, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Okay, or Mississippi. It's one of those, Missouri or Mississippi. Anyhow, he just got here about an hour ago. He texted me, said he was pulling up. Ted and I stopped and got a little barbecue on the way, and we're about to be there as well. So Chuck tells us that he has a lot of birds. He knows where a few of them are. But it's pretty windy today and hot, and going to be hot for the next few days that we're here, like highs in the low to mid 90s. Pretty warm for the end of March, but I think we'll be able to make do. Like I said, we're about to pull up down here to the ranch, get introduced to everybody, and see what the game plan is going to be. And then I think we're going to go ride around some properties and see what the layout is and learn where our property boundaries are and what we have to work with. And then as it gets closer this evening, we might hunt today, I don't know. But if we don't, as it gets closer this evening, we'll be going out trying to roost some. Hopefully we're in some turkey action here shortly. Oh, we're in them. We're in them.
Look at that. Running down the road.
Yeah. Get over that fence now.
He's got his fan out.
He's leaving his partner way
Look at that fan. He's got it spread out while he's running.
Take flight.
Go, go, go.
Not even gonna get over the fence, is he? Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, we made it. We'll see you in a couple hours.
All right, so there's turkeys here. We are 1.3 miles away from the ranch, or where we're staying at least. Two Jakes running down the road. One of them was smart and just dipped off in the pipeline right where we first saw him at. The other one went for a little run. And he went for a quarter mile at least.
The one running, he couldn't get his excitement down. He had to keep that fan fully out.
Fan fully sprawled. He was spread turkey.
Good to meet you, buddy. Hey, Ted, Chuck Ward. Good to meet you,
Chuck,
sir.
nice to meet you.
Welcome to South Texas.
Spencer, nice to meet you.
Spencer, nice to meet you.
That's my dog Sadie, and that's Fincher.
Hey.
He's a rescue from here. He actually showed up in COVID year, and he was about 7 pounds. Now he weighs about 13. And he looked like a little Ethiopian. He was scared and didn't know what he was doing. Now he runs the show. But first place we stopped with him on the way home to go to the bathroom, I thought, here's this little meek, mild animal. I sat him down, and a bird lit about 50 yards away, and he got about that high off the ground and became a cheetah. He's an apex predator. He almost caught it. By the way, this is my wife, Lynn, y'all.
How you doing?
This is Nick and
Nice
Ted.
to meet you.
I'm Ted.
Hi, Lynn.
Nice to meet you.
Tell you what, I should have brought some kites.
I know that's y'all come on in.
This is nice.
Oh yeah.
That's a cool setup here.
And we just got in a foot race with two Jakes about a mile down the road. They decided they almost ran all the way here.
They're here.
Wow.
They're everywhere. We got them in the fence right behind us, but this is not where we're going to hunt this today.
Okay.
I've got a bird practically tied to a tree. So
That's
the only thing you can do is call too much. My name's Chuck Ward. We have an operation called 67hunts.com. We've been guiding since 2017. We've hosted over 400 hunters from 27 states, and we've grown from just hunting on 4 ranches. Now we hunt on 41 private properties in a 30-mile radius of our base camp. We run a 2-bird hunt for 3 nights, and I have strong belief in the mission of Turkeys for Tomorrow. Ron Jolly and I were friends, and he and I started talking about it at the inception of the organization. It was less than a year old, and he talked about possibly running some raffles for hunters and to raise money for research, and I thought it was a great idea. So the first year I gave 2 hunts. Last year I also gave 2 hunts. They were both 2-bird hunts. Unfortunately, this season, because of a severe drought in 2022, we had virtually no hatch. There was nothing green for the hens to make eggs with. We wound up this season running a shortened season. We're only going to have 32 hunters. We normally run about 75 hunters. We typically hunt for 5 weeks and 6 weekends. That last week it's so hot and the birds have already been hunted enough, and I'm done. So 5 weeks is enough for us.
Right on. We're about to go look at a few properties right now.
We're on the way to look at some properties right now. I've got a gobbler that I've actually seen him 4 days in a row. I actually went and heard him gobble this morning. He had actually, by the time I got there, he had flown down. It was like 7:05 in gray light, and he was on the ground as I started walking down the road toward him. And I think he heard me walking when he gobbled. He gobbled at me twice. I stuck around a mesquite and I saw him, and I said, well, I saw him and I turned around and left. I didn't want to I didn't want to bother him. I knew he was there. He's been there 4 days in a row. So I hope this is the gobbler we're going to get for Spencer. Spencer's a fine young man. I actually spent some time with him before you guys got here. He's from Kentucky. He's been turkey hunting for 9 years now. He's 25 years old, and he is absolutely turkey addicted like the rest of us. So anyway, we're coming through town, fixing to go to one of the properties that I'm going to suggest they start hunting on, but there's another property right beside it. The first property is 1,400 acres. The second property right by it is almost 300, like 298 acres. And then across the river, we've got another property that's about 900 acres. But there are two distinct flocks of birds on those, even though some of them kind of interchange with each other. We have not hunted the property we're going to today this season. We've not hunted it at all. Have killed a gobbler across the river that had 2 beards and 1.25 inch spurs, but we only hunted that property 2 mornings and 1 afternoon. That's it. Thus far, we've killed 29 gobblers. You know, we're on the 13th day of season. We killed 29 gobblers.
It's perfect. I'm looking forward to getting out there.
All right, it's like 2:30. We just did a quick little tour of this one property with Chuck, who's our giveaway hunt host, and this is Spencer. He's our raffle winner. He's not ours, but he's the raffle winner for the Turkeys for Tomorrow raffle giveaway hunt. You're from
Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. So anyways, this is his first day chasing Rios. Chuck tells us that down this road he's been seeing a gobbler working around some cattle pens. So we're gonna ease down this road and kind of just set in there with them and see what we can't get into. It's hot. It's hotter than hell today, like 90 degrees. It's like 25-mile-an-hour wind. It's breezy. So we're gonna make the most of it. We weren't even planning on hunting today. We were just gonna be scouting, but we got turned loose. So we got today, tomorrow, the next day, and maybe a morning after that to try to kill a turkey. So
I think till noon.
Yeah, noon on the 1st is what we can go to.
Yeah.
And today's the 29th, so hopefully we can manage to get something out of here.
I think we got a good chance at him.
I do too. So come along.
What do you got? Bunch of cactus?
Cactus.
What do you think of this Texas hunting so far?
I hate cactuses.
Getting cactus in your hand both times we sat down.
And my elbow.
It'll take a little while to work out. I got some in mind too.
It's definitely different. A whole lot different than Kentucky.
Yeah.
Looks like we're about to have a bar fight in front of us.
How many did you count?
No long beards in that group.
Well, that was about a 2-hour-long sit. Ended up being. Wasn't long after we got sat down right there that turkeys started popping out. The first couple really surprised us. They came from behind us, right next to us. I mean, they went 7-8 yards away probably. 2 hens and 4 jakes at that time. And then it just became a circus. Jakes are coming from one way and then another way, and then hens are coming from all over the place. That one hen had a pretty crazy limp. Come running right by. She's the only one that come real close that really didn't care about us. Didn't see any long beards. Didn't hear any gobbling except for the one gobble when they were standing in front of us. So dang windy right now, you can't hear nothing, even if they were, I think. Going forward, not really sure what we're gonna do in the morning. Guess we'll get back to camp, talk to Chuck and Jake and see what they saw. They may say that there's somewhere else that we need to be in the morning. If not, we got a pretty good idea where to start here. Probably just standing right here. And I think you're gonna hear a bunch of Jakes gobbling over there and maybe one bird by himself over that way is kind of my guess. Other than that, that's a wrap for the day.
What'd you think of your first day? The
Tickled.
giveaway hunt?
Tickled to be here, watching a bar fight. Bunch of jakes.
Hopefully we get on Longbeard in the morning and he wants to talk. Looks like we got good weather for it.
Yeah, wind, it was a kick.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make something happen.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what, but something.
Our kind of girl. Yep.
What's the for?
It's a good looking plate right there, boys.
There's enough eggs in it. If you want to just cook breakfast tomorrow and tacos, you can do that. I've watched you do it enough times.
I got the griddle in the truck. I can do it.
Calm before the storm.
Here we go.
We made it to the hole.
A bunch of turkeys roosted up in these couple big live oaks in the middle of a pasture, and we're pretty confident there's a longbeard that was in there. So Spencer's gonna go get on a tree about 60 yards from, I don't know, there's probably 20 plus turkeys roosted in the 2 trees out there. If the turkey flies down within range, it might be a pretty short morning, but that might not be the way things go. If he flies down the other way though, we probably got to let him ease out of the pasture, and we got moves we can make on him from there, it looks like on the map. So there's just so many jakes, just kind of like we've been dealing with the whole time. I don't know that we're going to be able to call at them too much until the jakes ease off, just based off of what Chuck's telling us. So we'll get in there and should be a pretty good show regardless.
Make it happen, Captain. We're gonna make something happen. Might not be good. Might be bad. We're gonna make something happen.
I like that
Watch for
attitude.
rattlesnakes. This is where he sees them all.
Is it?
Nope. I'll probably stay back here somewhere just so I can call too. You get up there right with him, Ted, but stay in the fence line, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just figured that if I'm by this corner, he might think there's another hen around it.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer is sitting right there, and the turkeys are in that next tree over. You can hear like 2 or 3 hens yelping and 1 or 2 gobblers gobbling away. We got 1 pig out here in the field. Already had another pig come up to about 10 yards right there. I'm just standing back of this brush.
Yeah, baby.
Woo! Got him. I just flinched big time there.
Woo! Bring around the road. Nice job.
Ooh, I thought that pig was gonna screw it all up for us.
I ain't gonna lie, if he stayed there, I was about to shoot him.
I figured-
I was gonna make it a double.
Did
you see the first pig? Yeah, like right here.
He walked by the first time, I'm like, oh no. He didn't shoot at him.
Well, I got something on my legs. Man, eating me up.
Sat down on something over there. Could you see it, Jake?
I could see it. Yeah, I didn't see the longbeard though until he got way up there.
Yeah, he flew down on this side and then he walked around this way. Then he walked way over there after that. He was like one of the first ones down,
Yeah,
wasn't
he flew down. First one.
he? Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
What time is it?
7:13.
Beautiful.
I had 3 hens like right there, and I was like, if I don't do it,
Yeah. I still wasn't sure it was a longbeard until he finally come down here and he popped strut.
Yeah.
And I saw the full tail fan. But even some of them jakes looks like they got
yeah,
pretty
they look
full
pretty
tail
good. That's when he come around the corner, and I seen the 5 jakes come behind him, and he kind of picked it up a little bit. I was like, that's him.
Here comes Chuck and Nick. What's the first thing you're gonna say to Chuck, Spencer?
He didn't whiff it.
Chuck!
Love it when a plan comes together.
Yes, sir.
Y'all just stay here in the chairs, taking a nap.
Yeah. Wait for another hog to come out.
Oh, you saw some?
2 of them
Two of
come
them.
right past.
Yeah.
About got a good old double.
If they would
Man,
have
congratulations.
Yeah.
That's cool.
ended up being pretty cool. Where from my view, you can just see like the flash of the barrel and the
Yeah.
turkey start flopping.
That's awesome.
Man, got some daggone hooks on you too.
It'll hang.
Thank you, sir.
That's a good bird right there, boy.
I drove the truck down here because I knew you'd want a beer out of it as soon as you could get one.
Oh yeah, I got a cooler.
Celebratory.
We might kill an afternoon bird in Lano today then, if y'all want.
Yeah.
All right. So we just finished up the giveaway hunt for turkeys for tomorrow and down in South Texas with Spencer and Chuck and Lynn. So we're headed to my house in Marshall. We have some videos to work on. So Jake and Ted and myself decided to stop at the deer lease, try to turkey hunt a little bit. So if you hadn't seen before, last year, the 3 of us and Greg came here and Jake and Ted killed a couple turkeys real quick one evening and then the next one. So my dad was here all weekend. It was opening weekend of season here. Had turkeys all over him, didn't kill one. We got here in time yesterday evening where Ted roosted a turkey right over here. So he's awake. Right there. We're late. All right, let's go. Now, time to go get in there. Join us. We're getting turkey out. That close one that you roosted last night hadn't gobbled at all. No. What the deal?
It was a long beard.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. What?
I did not expect it to be a long beard, but he popped out there.
That was you. You roasted that. Okay. So here's the deal. Dude. I was like, I see him right there. And it's like, it's a long beard. And then I had so much. Did you see how much stuff I had in my way? Yeah. I had to lean up off the tree and around to get over there and shoot him. Oh my God.
I think that was the same place you could run. I heard it right there. Just moved over there, which worked out way better for us.
Perfect. He was getting after it.
You think he moved last night, or you think he was just somewhere other than where you thought?
No, I think he definitely wasn't right there. I never heard a turkey right there. The one that I heard that I thought was maybe longbeard was that direction, for sure.
Big old bird.
Y'all, that's a good boy.
That is a pretty turkey.
Could you ever see him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I filmed him come right up through there saying.
I heard you say something, but I didn't know what to say.
I knew he walked in front of the camera because I saw it flash.
I said that, and then I could see him shortly after that.
Yeah, he is a pretty turkey. Dude, unbelievable. That was awesome. So I was sitting like this, which really handcuffs me to anything but just here at the fence. But that hen was roosted 60, 70 yards right there, and you thought that the gobbler was behind her.
Yeah.
Well, this turkey ended up being roosted over here. This turkey ended up being roosted over here. So as he was strutting coming up, I wasn't trying to milk the footage at all, but I had my gun right here, and I was having to wait. I had to wait until he got past this, and he got, I mean, barely past it, and he had his head up real high because he knew the calling come from right here.
Yeah.
So he was looking.
Yeah,
so
he checked up when he got to where he should see it right there.
Yeah.
What was he, 25 yards? And he
Yeah.
just stood there for a long time.
Yeah.
And so when he turned, he was looking that way. He had done it twice. The first time he was like up real high, and then he pop strut again. And I thought to myself, he takes a couple steps, pop strut, and looks that way, I'm just gonna lean up and shoot. So that's what I just leaned up and went like that and shot, and he's had no idea.
Yeah, he made a pretty good move there right before we shot.
Yeah, it was a pretty big move, but I mean, it's so early, so dark under here, he didn't know.
Yeah.
But what I didn't want to happen is him to turn and start working back that way. You know, because I kept thinking, I was like, well, I'll just milk it all the way till he got here, and I don't have to move at all. But he could at any point just turn and start walking.
Especially with all them jakes being down there, I'm
You
sure.
know, he didn't want to come. He didn't want to get too close to them. So.
He didn't want to do too much gobbling either. He wasn't like just losing his mind. Like he would cover some ground, gobble, and then he'd cover some ground and gobble again, it seemed like.
Yeah.
I mean, he was only roosted about 100 yards down in there. If that.
Yeah.
We were still standing back there trying to figure out what we wanted to do, and then all of a sudden we got to that point. The whole time we're just like, it sounds like a jake, and then as he warmed his throat up, I think it sounded like more of a longbeard, and it's like, it doesn't make sense for all that big group of turkeys being down in there, because we know there's a bunch of jakes around, and there just to be a single up here.
Yeah.
And about that time we're talking about that, we just hear it's like, oh boy, we better find some cover. But I'm glad you guys got up to where you did, and we didn't just sit down.
Yeah, we had a really good hide right there. We could have been pretty hid where you were at, but there was it's those cedar branches where they swoop out, and it doesn't make any good
I could have
sets.
killed them, but it wouldn't have been as close as what you guys did.
That the one Ted roosted last night?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. We parked to hunt at Steve's. We parked where the road splits. You can go left and go to the feeder, or go right and go up to the stand. The gobbler that Ted heard yesterday evening was behind her, another 50 to 100 yards, he thought. So we park, and we're sitting here doing an opening interview, and one gobbles, and this is at like 6:35 or 6:40, and full, some sounded half. So that one gobbled, and then all the jakes and all the other birds to the west started gobbling. So we just keep working our way up, and we are working into that little cedar clump to set up to be able to shoot right there where that hen is roosted. And we're standing there easing into that clump, and we hear this turkey fly down into the draw.